JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. 56 assorted rounds of ammunition and M16 rifles seized in Central Village. The police in St. Catherine on Wednesday seized 56 assorted rounds of ammunition and an M16 rifle in an abandoned building during an operation in McBride Hill, Central Village. Reports from the Central Village Police were that at about 3 p.m., lawmen in the area when they searched the abandoned building. During the search, the M16 rifle, 13 9mm rounds, and 43 5.56 rounds of ammunition were found inside the building. No one is taken into custody in relation to the seizure. The investigation is ongoing. Suspect in disappearance of Kingston businessman killed by police. A man is dead and 3 people are in custody. Following an incident in West Kingston on Tuesday that is related to a police investigation into the disappearance of businessman Kevin Walker, who the police believe has died, Walker has not been seen or heard from since February 2. The man killed on Tuesday has not been positively identified, but is believed to go by the alias Diamond, who the police say was previously listed as a person of interest. A 19-year-old man was apprehended during the incident, and 3 women were also detained, according to the police. A 9mm pistol was seized at the scene. The incident unfolded at about 7:30 p.m. during a police operation in the vicinity of Nuttall and Last Streets in West Kingston. According to the police, a motor car was intercepted by cops hours after it was stolen from the owner in the neighboring Kingston Central Police Division. The police say the vehicle was being driven in a reckless manner and that the driver and other occupants opened fire at cops who signaled them to stop. The man believed to be Diamond was shot during an exchange of gunfire and later died at hospital, the police said. The police said the person whose vehicle was stolen has since positively identified Diamond as the person who robbed him. With the arrest of the 19-year-old, the police say 4 people are in custody in relation to Walker's disappearance. Investigators have been relentless in tracking these individuals, and this evening's operation is a significant step forward in advancing this case, the police said in a statement on Wednesday. Cops are urging 2 other suspects, Lavar Witter and a man known only as Shano, to immediately turn themselves in. They are asking members of the public who have information on their whereabouts to contact Police Emergency at 119, Crime Support 311, the National Intelligence Bureau tip line at 811, or the nearest police station. Police probing robbery and assault of businessman by men dressed as cops. A major investigation has been launched following the robbery and grievous assault of an elderly businessman and contractor last evening in Barbican, St. Andrew, by a maskman reportedly dressed in police gear. The incident, which occurred at about 6 p.m., has sent shockwaves across the construction sector and the Upper St. Andrew community, where the victim is widely known and a respected contractor. It is understood that the complainant was beaten and relieved of his license, firearm, and $100,000 cash during a purported traffic stop. Head of the St. Andrew North Police Division, Acting Superintendent Randy Sweeney, confirmed the incident and said that an investigation is underway into the incident, including the use of police paraphernalia. The report is that men dressed in police vest committed the crime. The investigation is also ongoing in that regard. Men trapping in an unmarked motor vehicle intercepted his vehicle, saying they are police officers. They were masked, or at least some of them were, Acting Superintendent Sweeney said. It is understood that the victim is now hospitalized in a corporate area hospital for injuries sustained during the roadside assault, which took place in the Grand Heights community. The Constant Spring Criminal Investigations Branch is probing. Another security breach at retirement primary leaves stakeholders on edge. Stakeholders at retirement primary school in St. Elizabeth are on edge following another breach of the school security by a man said to be of unsound mind who wounded an employee. The incident occurred at about 2:30 Tuesday afternoon, shortly before dismissal. According to reports, this was the same man who entered the compound several times before. This time was confronted by an ancillary employee. During the confrontation, the ancillary employee was wounded by the intruder. Parents were alerted and had to escort their children off the school premises. A report is made to the Magotty Police. Parent Teachers Association President Shanette Hilton said that parents are concerned about the safety of their children while at school. Tuesday's incident has reignited concerns about the unfulfilled promise of a permit offense at the school. The Education Ministry in 2022 pledged to erect a fence at the school following an attack on the former principal by the same intruder, which resulted in her being hospitalized. The delay also led to parents withdrawing their children from the school for a week to protest the urgent need for fencing. Opposition threatens court action against Portmore Parish status. The parliamentary opposition has threatened to petition the courts to challenge the bill to make Portmore Parish. The governing Jamaica Labour Party JLP used its majority in the House of Representatives to push through the bill on Tuesday evening. Fitzjackson, opposition spokesman on matters concerning Portmore and member of Parliament for St. Catherine Southern, has charged that the bill is simply a power grab by the government.
Today for Portmore, tomorrow for Westmoreland, Hanover, or any other parish in this country. That's where we are going, and we can't allow that to happen. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I will say, should the government remain in its state of power drunkenness, proceed to enact this, we will meet the government in the courts. And, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the opposition, I am serving notice that when the People's National Party forms the next government, we will repeal this act and we will allow the people of Portmore to determine their destiny, their form of government, because the will of the people must always prevail.
It is being felt by the PMP that some amount of gerrymandering is at work.
When it became clear that the government would be using its majority to pass the bill, the opposition members walked out of the chamber, but not before Jackson promised that should the opposition People's National Party win the next election, it will repeal the act. Man charged in gruesome murder of 14-year-old girl. The police on Tuesday said a 38-year-old man has been charged with multiple serious offences, including murder, in relation to the brutal killing of 14-year-old Price Johnson at her home in St. Andrew last Thursday. Police named the man as the man in Linder, an unemployed resident of Crescent Road in Kingston 13. Linda has also been charged with housebreaking and wounding with intent, the police said, adding that the wounding occurred when Linda attacked a man who attempted to come to the child's assistance. Police said Linda hit the man in his head while escaping. Johnson, a 9th grade student of Hill Selassie High School, was at home in Palm Grove Court on Spanish Town Road when a man forced his way into the apartment and sexually assaulted her. Initial reports said she was stabbed multiple times and bludgeoned. She was rushed at the Kingston Public Hospital where she succumbed to her injuries. Superintendent Damian Mandison, head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, said that detectives were met by a macabre scene upon their arrival at the apartment. Were called to Palm Grove around 1:59 p.m. to a particular room. Upon getting there, the unsightly scene met the officers of a young girl with multiple stab wounds. They did their necessary checks as trained, and they realized that there were still signs of life and sought assistance. They got into the service vehicle and on to KPH, Mandison related. He said the victim had apparently been sexually molested and wounded by the assailant, who also attacked and injured a male resident who had tried to accost him. On Tuesday, the St. Andrew South Criminal Investigations Branch said Linda was apprehended at his residence on Sunday, February 9, 2025, with assistance from his relatives after he had not been seen over the weekend. He was taken into custody and formal charges were laid against him on Tuesday, February 11, 2025. His court date has not been finalized. The police issued an appeal for anyone with further information on the matter or any other crime committed across the St. Andrew South Police Division to contact the St. Andrew South CIB, Crime Support 311, or the nearest police station. PM Mullis invites Jamaicans in the U.S. illegally to self-deport.
Since taking office last month, the new administration in Washington has been following through on their plan to deport criminal offenders living in the United States illegally, which includes a number of Jamaicans. Let me be clear, we respect the sovereign right of any country to determine their internal security, public order, and social policy. We encourage all our Jamaicans who live in foreign countries to follow the law of the country in which you are resident. But never forget that Jamaica is your homeland. You are not homeless or stateless. What we are trying to build here is a place where every Jamaican can feel proud and comfortable to come back home. That's what we want to build here, your homeland. And if you're finding it difficult where you are, come back here. Ackee and saltfish was always good. It's on the tree, you can get it. Don't stay there and suffer. Come back home. But as I said before, don't come back here to destroy your homeland and what we have been working very hard to create so that you wouldn't have had to leave in the first place. And as I said, we have been making strides in that regard. So expect to be dealt with a firm hand if your intent is criminal. Come back and let us build your homeland so that you can stand up with pride with the citizens of the world about your country. That you don't have to be economic refugees. That's what it is about. Disabuse yourself of this notion that you can only make it through crime and therefore you're going to join a gang and become a part of the problem. I appeal to all of you who have been exposed overseas and see what prosperity is like, come back home. Let us work together to build the prosperous nation that Jamaica is destined to be.
And please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.